beats.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy Junior, aka Smoking Guns, out here in Tucson, Arizona, representing the Ultimate Fight Club, giving you the latest content in boxing and MMA news that is out. So, today's video, we are coming out with another one on Manny Pacquiao, and in this interview, he's stating, if no Floyd, bring on Thurman, Spence, Garcia, or Shawn Porter, quote. And in this article, it goes on to state, WBA regular welterweight champion Manny Pacquiao is ready to fight the biggest names possible in the welterweight division. Last year, Pacquiao signed up with powerful advisor Al Heyman, who works with nearly all of the biggest names in the welterweight division. A few weeks ago, Pacquiao dominated Adrien Broner over 12 rounds to retain his title at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. It also goes on to state in the article, the top target on Pacquiao's list is Floyd Mayweather Jr., but if Mayweather is not interested in coming back, then there are many other possible options. One option is unbeaten Keith Thurman, who holds the WBA super title at 147 and recently called for a showdown with Pacquiao. Just in case Floyd is not ready yet to unretire, as he promised when we met in Tokyo last year, I can face anybody in the top list, including Keith Thurman, who I learned is willing to do battle with me, the 40-year-old boxer said to the Manila Times. As I said 2 weeks ago after beating Broner, I'll fight anyone who wants to fight against me. You know me, I do not choose the enemy. Whoever my promoters put on the table, I can fight. ERROL Spence Jr., Mikey Garcia, SHAWN Porter, bring them all on. They also want to make the fans happy to fight against us. 2 more fights have proven that my speed and strength is still there. Against Broner, Pacquiao showed no signs of being an old fighter, despite his age of 40. In July 2018, he dominated and stopped Lucas Matiste to capture the WBA title in Malaysia. It's a matter of how you train. There is no secret. And the way I see it, we had better preparations in my last 2 fights. My training team is more solid now than before. The communication is better, quote. Now, with that being said, it's really good to see that Pacquiao is willing to get that smoke from all of the top dudes in that 147-pound division. And with him being on the PBC roster now, with him wanting to get fights with Keith Thurman, ERROL Spence, Mikey Garcia, SHAWN Porter, all of those dudes are on that friggin' PBC roster. So it should be no problem for him to be able to get any one of those fights right there. And he was also stating in an earlier interview where he was saying that he wanted to fight sometime in May or July. And with that being said, even if he wanted to get a fight with Keith Thurman, especially since Keith Thurman fought like a week after he did, dude, if Keith Thurman's hand is not injured, it would be really cool to see him fight up against Manny Pacquiao, because not only would that be a banging ass fight, but that would do some banging ass friggin' numbers, because Manny Pacquiao, he's already a draw in himself, and Keith Thurman, he's already shown that he can do really big numbers, because on all of his television appearances for his fights, he has been doing really good numbers. In his last fight that he did with Jose Cito Lopez, he actually brought in an average of 2.4 million viewers, and it peaked at 2.7 million. So with him having a huge following behind him, going up against a guy like Manny Pacquiao, dude, that would be a friggin' big ass fight for friggin' PBC. Now, how would that fight go for Manny Pacquiao? I'm not really sure, because personally, it says here in the article that Manny Pacquiao didn't show his age in that fight with Adrien Broner, where to me, I thought it definitely did show his age in that fight. Don't get me wrong, he still had that fire in him and he still had that pop, but his movement just was not the same. Could it have been that he was sick during that fight? Because he did state that he did have the flu when he had that fight. Plus, he had that eye injury from Adrien Broner hitting him in the eye, and it seemed like it scratched his cornea. So with that being said, maybe it might have been those couple of things that might have threw him off in the fight that made him look a little bit off, because to me, he did not look like a vintage Pacquiao in that fight. So I guess only time is going to tell when he does have that next fight, if that flu or if that scratched cornea played a big ass part in that fight with Adrien Broner for him not looking like the vintage Pacquiao. But at the same time, vintage or not, those all are going to be some hard ass fights for him. A guy like Keith Thurman, especially a guy like ERROL Spence and SHAWN Porter. SHAWN Porter, I think, would definitely give Manny Pacquiao problems, just for the simple fact is SHAWN Porter has a friggin' rough, rugged ass style. And I think a style like that would give Manny Pacquiao hella problems, man. But having these fights lined up for Manny Pacquiao, dude, the sky's literally the limit for Manny Pacquiao on the money fights that he wants to be able to get in that division, because he doesn't need to be waiting for a dude like Floyd Mayweather to get a big money fight. Even though Floyd Mayweather would bring in the most money for him, dude, a fight like KEITH THURMAN, Spence, Mikey Garcia, or SHAWN Porter, all of those would do some really big numbers for him. And I'm pretty sure he would be getting some big ass paydays off of any one of those fights. All right. So I hope you guys like the video. If you guys like the video, make sure to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you guys have any kind of questions, any kind of comments, hit me up in the comment section and I'll be sure to hit you guys up. All right. So I hope you like the video. Holla at your boy.